Hey guys, I hope everyone is having an amazing extended holiday weekend. And for those of us that are in Southern California, it seems as though we've survived the storm so far. And I mean that in a literal sense in terms of the weather. Haven't done this recording before, kind of trying something new here. At the moment, I feel like kind of like a podcast announcer slash weather person at the moment. But what I'm doing is I'm recording this just to give you some suggestions and share some thoughts to help you enhance your final marketing paper in the last couple of weeks. I think the most important thing is continue to follow the instructions, the rubric that have been on Blackboard since the first day, okay? And the feedback that I've given you. This is simply just an added layer to help enhance your paper. Okay, don't take it as like the Holy Grail or the Holy Bible. These are just some suggestions to help you. You can do the paper without it just by using your book, your own online research, feedback that I've given you in the past, conversations that I may have had with you about your paper. So if this helps, then great. If it doesn't, then fine. It's not meant to slow you down. It's just meant to speed you up and just kind of give you maybe more of a clearer picture. So let's start. I'm looking at the main sections of the marketing plan PDF, right? Current marketing situation. Everything in there is pretty self-explanatory, like the SWOT, for example. What might not be self-explanatory is where it says other environmental forces. Okay, so that's anything outside of your brand, right? That could be the economy, it could be technology, it could be trends, it could be you know the product life cycle within the industry. It could be demand determinants. A demand determinant for like a cosmetic or fashion would be like fashion trends will be driving demand, right? New product development. The strength of celebrities for things like perfumes and cosmetics and stuff also affect demand. Um, Pop stars, models, actors, all those things. So those are just some examples of demand determinants for like a cosmetic type of industry. Connect with me if you get stuck and need some guidance. I would also suggest use a 10K or an annual report from whoever you think your next closest competitor would be, right? Find a competitor that's publicly traded, download their annual report. There's all kinds of good stuff in there. Moving on to objectives and issues. Remember, so objectives are a means to an end, right? It's things like increasing customer acquisition, building a strong base of customer retention, reminding cardholders. This is for a credit card company. Okay, I'm just picking this up. I'm not going to name the brand, but we remind cardholders about the cashback value they get with X credit card, so that they can, so that they use the card more, right? And we want to attract prospects that are looking for more information, and hopefully they'll apply for a particular credit card. Another objective might be generating phone calls, increasing website conversions, driving leads to a website. Those are all specific objectives, and you want to just add a time frame onto that and a percentage. So going back to the first one, increase customer acquisition by 15% over the first 12 months of your marketing program. Okay, so anything outside of like an actual objective is not an objective, right? It's just the means to an end. It's got a time frame and it's got either a percentage or some type of number associated with it. I'll give you three more. Creating a robust online presence, building your product into a powerful brand, building brand awareness, generating word of mouth buzz, all those things. Okay, so those are a few objectives. And again, look in your book and you can, contact me and I can give you more suggestions. Moving on to target market. Target market, right, is that is the demographics, one subsection, and the psychographics of who it is you are trying to connect your brand with or sell your product to. And again, use the book when we're talking about demographics and psychographics to help you out. And it says in there segmentation. Segmentation are like little niche groups of your target audience. So, for example, with one of the brands that I'm working on, we have millennials as a target segment. We've got young boomers as another target segment, and then we've got Generation X as another target segment. So those are examples of target segments. And then it talks about, it says in there, if you look again, I'm just looking at the main sections of the marketing plan PDF. So it says things like explain the positioning decision. So positioning is your value proposition, basically. So for a water brand that I worked on, our positioning was, okay, this is a brand that gives you the purest foundation for a healthy beginning and ongoing life of good health. It's whatever your positioning the messaging, the main messaging points that you're delivering to your consumer. For a credit card company, for people who love fun money, this brand is the easiest way to get and keep more cash back so you can treat yourself to life's delights. That was another example. And then finally, we got the strategy where it says marketing strategy. So the marketing strategy is probably the hardest part, right? Remember, the marketing strategy is your roadmap to your objectives. It's big picture. So driving customer engagement by broadcasting new opportunities to earn X through low-cost digital channels would be an example. Another strategy would be create a high-frequency, highly shareable digital campaign to connect your brand to your target audience. Notice how I'm not giving specific vehicles, I'm just giving a high level strategy, the roadmap, the 30,000 foot approach that you take to achieve your objectives. Now the marketing programs are very, very, very specific activities, okay? Now this is where you go to town and get really specific. And here's your test, okay? Let's just say you presented this to an investor or a board of directors, and the investor said to you, I love this, what a great idea. Here's $200,000, now go execute it. If you don't know every single step of the program to actually execute it, like really, really execute it, then you haven't done a good job of explaining it in your plan. Okay, so that's the test. Just be really specific, step by step. How does this program work? If it's an Instagram program, explain. There's a whole bunch of different things you can do on Instagram, different price points, all kinds of different stuff. Pick your program. Be really detailed when you're explaining it. Implementation is like, okay, how are you going to track this stuff? Are you going to use Google Analytics? Are you going to use tracking codes in your digital campaign? Are you going to do some surveys online before the campaign, during the campaign, after the campaign to measure awareness, usage, perceptions, and stuff like that? And then financial plans, I will instead of, I want to keep this short, okay? I'll post something online just to give you a little bit of a try and water this down a little bit to make it a little bit easier for you for the financial plans. Anyways, that is my summary. Let me know if you have questions, especially in the last 2 weeks. You guys can get a hold of me 24/7. Okay, take advantage of the fact that I'm pretty much available anytime via text and phone. All right, thanks.